Well, just hanging out here. Nobody's here yet. And okay, it just came across that Bullet is live, so that part's working. And I can see my mic's working. Ah. And always remember to turn off your YouTube. Somebody's here. Howdy. Who we got in the Hangout now? Oops. Oh, we have two people in the Hangout now. Just hanging out. What's up? Oh, they don't type. Well, this is Google Hangouts, and with this, I can send anybody a link in here to actually come and be on here with me live, so we could have several people in here at the same time. Oh, I have 3 people in here now. 4. Yeah, we're getting up there. Hey, Mike, how you doing? That's also I get flooded. I could usually keep up with the chat. Oh, evening, made in Texas. How you doing? We're down to 3 again. Oh well. Yeah, we'll probably get a few more coming in here. And that, what I use here is what's called Google Hangouts. Now it streams right straight to YouTube and everything else, so you can set everything in YouTube for it, just like everything else. I actually got a lot of people that we want to get together instead of having one person at a time streaming, talking about what's happening and what happened to who and what happened to what. We get everybody in here, and everybody could say, "Hey, I saw this today." We can switch screens. It pretty much does it automatic too, and there's actually a screen share that everybody else could use here at the same time too. So I'm trying to help cut down a whole bunch, a lot of live streams. A little time is because I follow everybody myself, and I like being there to help everybody. But sometimes I got 3, 4, 5 streams going on at the same time, and I can jump around. Hey, how you doing? Oh no, no, I'm not. I'm not being cold. I got to go check out this person. You know how we do. We got to keep everybody's back. So yeah, the basic purpose of this is to get some people to learn how to use the Hangout and just talk about stuff, whatever you guys want to talk about. News Now America. Good evening. How you doing? Well, the one thing I do like about this is this. I could screen share, and if I screen share, I'll do this, and it goes off forever. But I could flip around to whatever I want to point out to anybody else, and they can see it just as well as I can. And that. Um, Also, I could flip around to instructions and show everybody what's going on there and how to install the Hangouts on the air so they could be in here. And you can have more than just one person streaming live in this room. I can have up to about 12 people. That now I'll stop sharing and it should snap right straight back to me. And when you get the hang of it, it's really easy. I can keep the YouTube chat going at the same time, and everything's set up through YouTube too. What's up, Patrick the Plumber Burns? An evening cop cam. Oh, we're up to 6 people. So I'm hoping if I get some people coming in here and that. Oh, no, of course, Denise Lynn just went live. Of course she did. Hey, I had this Commodore 64 way, way, way back when, and we modified it. Pretty much, we just cut a big plastic hole. We took things out, put things in, and then we stuck it in the room, never used it. Yeah. Again, there are it's a lot of us live streamings. There's a lot of people that have pretty much a lot of the same information. Then you'll have a few others that don't have the same information. Like I said, I have, if you look at the links down on YouTube, that's just part of the list I have. That's all I could fit in the description of everybody I'm following. And if I see somebody going live, I'll instantly flip over to them to see if they are doing something in need of somebody to watch their back. And that most of the time, that's what I do. And if need be, I'm digging out numbers and who to call and what. I'm sorry, who not to call. Don't mass call this person. Don't mass call. That's pretty much a lot of what I do. Good citizen of the North. Good evening. How you doing? And I use Google Hangouts. I've used Google Hangouts for almost 5 years, and we get like 12 people from all over the country, and I've done it. I used to talk with game CEOs, managers, and developers around the world. The last one was Kixeye, Australia, uh, and we would have just big conversations like this. And the way this works too is like also says, whoever wants to talk, it switches to their screen automatically. And we can screen share. You can pick out any page you want and stuff like that. It's pretty easy to set up. Than a lot of those other OSBs that people are using, stuff like that too. It again, it gets more people in one room instead of me jumping around. Oh, that person's going on. Oh, they're just chatting. And oh, that person's going up. They're just chatting too. Every time you step in somebody's room that's chatting, it's hey, how you doing? You gotta talk to them for a while because I like them all. Everybody I follow. Now, did everybody see the one where the cop pulled a gun on the guy with the camera that just came out? That's what I could show for example of how this works. Here, look, let's go back to my screen share. And I'm going to go back to the articles, back to YouTube. This one right here. So now you all should be seeing what I'm seeing. Again, this one here is by California Citizen Watch. You see that right here. You all are seeing this, aren't you? I don't think you can hear it though. But I can fix that. Actually, I can fix that easily like this. Your cameras, you know they are. Now, right at the beginning, he says, "Hey, I don't like being filmed." Then he says, "Oh, I don't know what it is."
BC-148, unholster your weapon. Don't you unholster your weapon? No, take your hands off your weapon. This is BC-148. What's your name and your ID right now? What's your name and what's your ID? What's your name? What's your ID? Unholster your weapon.
Oh, you're seeing me.
You're going to put your weapon. Get your camera.
Oh. No, you're seeing it. So that's old news, huh? But another good thing about the Hangouts too is the dead air between when I'm stopping to read what's going on in the chat and then my talking. I hate that dead air. I usually would have music playing if I was gaming. I have music playing in the background or something, so you guys got something else to hear other than nothing. You know. There's so many of you out there getting videos that I can't even keep up, but I still am, but it's hard to keep up. I don't get anything else done. Oh, hey, there's one going on right now that I wanted to show a bunch of people. of the same police that I dealt with, that I have to deal with down the road too. There was an organization called Shark that came up here to the same area. There's called Marshall's Farm, where they did chemical testing that on beagles and ferrets. And they were just down there on the road and flew a drone up in the air. It was completely legal. Over the farm, it was completely legal. Showed everybody it. Back and then drove away. One of the guys from Marshall Farms followed him for 10 miles till the police finally got up there and pulled him over for no reason. We just want to know who you are because somebody was complaining. And they held him there for an hour. And yeah, it was the best. I gotta go look that one up again, but I got plenty of time. No, yeah, it's the same one. They're against rodeos too, but it's the same people. And they just came out with another video just last week about what's going on with them suing in the court case and everything else, all the paperwork on it. But I could save that for down the road. But these guys, I mean, seriously, you all saw I went in the post office for 3 minutes, and I'm not kidding you. I was surrounded by 7 cop cars from different groups. I had the New York State Police. There's only one of those. I had 3 sheriffs and 2 town cops all sitting there. And I wanted to take pictures of where everybody was sitting, but again, I want to make sure I was safe on part 1 because I wasn't live and I didn't want anybody fuck with my camera and screwing it up, so I couldn't upload it. So I was like, well, all right, we're done with this encounter. I sat down there at the bench and watching them just sitting there going, well, what do we do? I don't know. What do we do? But I do know what was in the back of their mind. They wanted me to go back in the post office because I came out and said, hey, they says, well, you're done going back in there. Hey, I may go back in there if I want to. I'm allowed to, all right? They shut right up. So I had a feeling that they were waiting for me to go back in again and then hit me for trespass because the guys told me to leave, even though he can't tell me to trespass to leave for just filming. But that's where that would have gone. And then I would have got part 2 uploaded, more than likely. So I was like, I sat there and said, all right, we'll play this cool. We're going to get back up there with me, and we're going to go live next time. And I will be taking Poster 7 with me. I also have a couple other pieces of papers I'm going to be taking with me just for backup for filming outside of federal properties, from a sidewalk if I need to. So I'll be good. Oh, what city? This is in Lyons, New York. In Wayne County, New York. And Shark was doing their investigation in North Wolcott. This was 2 years ago. It got pulled over 10 miles away in Rose, which is actually down the road from me here, actually. But it's the same police, same everything. And then to top it all off, while I was uploading part 1, I walked around town. Imagine you got a square in the town, and then this road goes to the end, this road goes to the end, and then the same with these other 2 roads. There was a cop all the way down here at the end, sitting right next to the fire department. I could see it right down the road, just parked right there. Yeah, you saw those ones there, but there was 7 cops in all, everywhere. He won't give us a name. Well, we're just gonna sit here and watch him leave and get his plate number. No. So I walked around town for 45 minutes before I started part 2. And part 2, I just walked back up to the park. I sat there, and there's 2 cops sitting right there. There's another one down the street there. The other ones were still in the other spots where they were, waiting for me to leave. So I was like, I better let them know they're going to be sitting here for a while. So and they said, no, we're just doing paperwork. You'll hear that too. So, okay, just call me paranoid, but Well, again, this guy, I know what happened to him. I was filming, and he was asking about again. The reason I picked that post office is it's old. There's a history to it. There's some nice artwork right there by the window, which I barely got to see because all of a sudden he came up and it's like, oh, here we go. I wanted to get some nice pictures of that, and I couldn't even do my story, which my story was going to be that old post office. And if they left me alone, and I started off asking them, "Hey, how old's this building? 1930s. What are you doing?" Yeah, that's what I thought. So, but I got to give a good shout out to PNP News. They've let bunch of people know. I don't. I'm horrible with names. I have the names written down somewhere of everybody who's been passing the word out, but I know everybody. It's just short-term memory loss. They know what that causes that. Actually, I think that I got the poster seven with me, and the next time I'm going to go down there. All right, it's not because I'm scared. I'm just going to make the thing. I'm just going to stand out on the outside of the place and film. And if the bubblegum machine people pull up, I'm going to do the same thing. Just not going to say anything. I'm not going to give it a quiet treatment. No, I'm just filming. You know. And yeah, I do have to. And I got a bunch of suggestions about work on the lines that you're going to say, so they come natural. So you don't bubble, or say something you don't want to say. Because you can't, there's no way you can go complete silent treatment. Because if you go complete silent treatment, they will lose it. Ask Furry, ask James. Everybody's tried it. And I at first I was like, yeah, you should try it. Try it. No, you got to answer some questions, so they don't think you're a complete psychotic. And me standing on the corner of the street, just standing there not answering questions, I probably would look psychotic. Oh, that's an awesome idea. Poster seven T-shirts. Oh, oh. Made in Texas. I may steal that idea from you. You better start printing them up because I may start doing that right now. Because I was looking at starting up a store. Because this shit ain't cheap. Mm-mm. Sitting around town waiting for cops to disappear, to have to take a bus here or there, or not take a bus, but try to find covert ways is not easy. And I put out a dare to somebody. Some troll was saying something in the chats today about basically he was trolling. Oh really? You think it's easy? Here, take my dare. Just take a camera, walk into a post office. Do not say a word. Just walk around and take pictures of the whole thing. When they start asking you questions, look at them and that, but don't say a word. Stay out of everybody's way. Don't cause a commotion, right? And stay in that post office. And when the police come, stand there, keep filming, and don't answer any questions. Then when you're done doing that, get back to me. See what happens. See how well that goes for you. I mean, well, people tried the Tide challenge, right? Why don't we just make a challenge for that? The post office challenge. All you have to do is go in the post office, stand there with the camera for 10 minutes, film everything inside the post office, and when the cops come, don't answer the questions. And then make a film about it. Send me the film. And we'll rate it. The winner gets two attaboys. Well, they went for the Tide challenge. Come on, put poison in your mouth. Why wouldn't they? They'll say, "Oh, this is easy stuff." And as you can tell by my camera, I need a gimbal. There's the camera. the whole time. And then when I start getting talking to someone, I forget I'm filming, and the camera just starts going. Oh, hey, there's clouds. Bullet approved poster 7 t-shirts. Uh, that's really an idea. I was trying to think. I do have a logo that I've been using for a long time. Yeah, I know the Steadicam, but was looking at a gimbal that also holds extra power in it too. It's 99 bucks. Not only is it a great gimbal, it also expands. It has a tripod stand. You can actually set it there. So if I realize, like I did, I'm getting surrounded by 7 cops everywhere. I just go put it one spot and then go stand right where it's filming me at. You know. I was also looking at some great 360 cams. This looks like a little egg with 2 cameras, but it takes 360-degree picture of everything around. That'd be a nice one. Just walk in, put it in the middle of the post office. Now, I am getting the extended battery pack because, again, I went in. No, this is what I went in with filming. iPhone 7. That's it. And the mic on this isn't all that good. I mean, facing me when I'm filming, you could hear me, but it wasn't picking up anything on that end too well. I've been looking at GoPros. They're not cheap. Even the older ones, GoPro 4, no, the GoPro 3 I was looking at, which is even older than 4. Uh, best working one I could find was, I think, like 130 to 160 bucks. One of those. I know. The 360 camera, though, that's about the one I saw. I think it was 2,200 bucks. I saw a cheap one. Oh, I saw one made out of GoPros. They wanted 3,000 for that. Like, really? Yeah, well, again, a 360, your camera, when you're out there doing audits, is, oops, taking pictures of everything going out there. Now, if something stupid happens, right? Like on this one last video where the cop pulled the gun out, he could have said the guy moved real quick and I thought he was going for something. Well, the camera's not going to see that he didn't do that, where a 360 camera would see everything around him. And the cop tries that. It's like, no, it's seen the fly flying in his armpit. So, no, he wasn't reaching. You fudged up. Okay, the guy with the camera is probably still be dead, but still be witness for it. Yeah, I know you get what you pay for. I want to get what somebody else paid for that they just got to have some money because they need crack. Right? Their choice, not mine. Oh, we're up to 6 viewers. Yay! I did tell Tay and everybody I was going to be going live right about now. Yeah, it's no biggie. Great dude, how you doing? Let's see. If I was to have somebody come in here, get in here, pretty much all you have to do is click on this. And it would set you up for the Google Hangout program that you have to install in here. But then you'd come in here and your video camera would go in here, be in here too. However, you have a button here that you can turn your camera off. Another one, you can turn your mic off too, and I control your volume. I can turn my camera on. All right, news now. You have a good night. Yeah, I've been following so many of these auditors around for so long, like Furry. I was worried that Furry was thinking I was a stalker. Hey,
You have a good night.
there you go. News now.
So
Now,
many of these auditors around for so long, like Furry. I was worried the Furry was thinking I was
I, News now, I'm going to mute you for half a second. You're all right. I'm just going to mute you. All right, News now. I muted you because you have your sound on for the YouTube. So what you do is just go to YouTube and mute the YouTube channel itself. And then your sound won't be coming here. However, my sound might feed back on your microphone. So I'm going to unmute you. We'll see how you're doing. Well, I'm trying to unmute you. No, I have a problem. There you go. Yes, and also we have our own chat in here.
Oh, okay, cool.
So we have two chats. We have the chat inside this Hangout that we could talk back and forth. That would be the blue button on your top left. This is all simple stuff. There you go. And the green one down is screen share. That's pretty much, you click on that and it'll ask which screen you want to share in the box, and then you go to that, and then you have to click it down your tab. But this is just really, really, really simple. So everybody, say hi to News Now America. Now, another good thing about the Hangout too is if you do have a certain group of buddies, just like Discord and that, you can all bunch together and make it a private one so nobody else can see it. So you can make your own various plans to take over the world however you want. Nobody's going to know, except for the guys that you invited in there. Or actually make it unlisted. Private would be just you until you would publish it, something like that. But unlisted, I think it's both ways. I never had to make it. I've always been out there for everybody. And you can mute yourself.
Okay.
Now, now what I was doing is I was presenting him while I was talking. So you heard me talking while I had his face in the middle of the screen. Or I could do it here and he could talk and my face stays here. Or I could just have it to whoever's making noise. Like that.
All I'm showing is you on here.
Yeah, you're gonna be you're not gonna see anything until you talk. Then you're gonna see you pop in the screen.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to add some more users on here because all I'm showing is you.
Hey, Maximillionaire. I'm showing everybody the basics, ins and out. I'm going to mute you for half a second, News Now. We'll get you sorted out. Don't worry about it. I'm showing everybody the ins and outs of the Hangout. What this Hangout is, it's the Google Hangout. I've been using it for 5 years. And you get 12 people in here or whatever, and they all can do the basic, almost the same things you can with the OSBs now, without all the muss and fuss. And you, if you're setting up on the Hangout for your own Hangouts, you can set them up easily in YouTube itself. It's an easy download pretty much. I send a link here. You try getting in. If you don't have the Google Hangouts or Google stuff, it sets you up for it. And then you come in here and again, you can screen share. Like you may have some information, it forms instead of trying to send me the link and farting around with the chat over here and other people. It's easier to share right here, and you can show people, or I can show people, blah blah blah. And another thing I'm finding is a lot of people are going on with individual chats. All right, you got somebody going on and he's talking, and like what's going on right now because I muted News Now, With dead air, as you hear, nothing, you know. So instead of me jumping around everybody's chats, I'm trying to get everybody into one chat together, and that way we can all bump heads together easier and spread the word back and forth easier. And like I said, individual people and groups can make their own rooms by themselves and make them private so nobody else sees it, so they can make their own plans to take over the world or whatever, you know, and nobody knows. So when we have to look for numbers of that who we don't want to call over and over and over again, you know, we can find out for sure what numbers we don't want people to call over and over again. So, and news now, by the way, you can unmute yourself too. And I muted you. Now I can't unmute you. Oh, there you go.
Gotcha.
Link just says Control V.
Look,
That says Hangouts. Link out that. That's the link right there. Oh, if you're on mobile, it may be different. I have to get you a link, but you get the Hangouts on mobile. Just go to your store there and search for Google Hangouts. And now with the Google Hangouts on mobile, yeah, you can still be here and talk to everybody, but you can't do things you can on the PC, like screen share, or share YouTube videos and stuff like you can on OSB. Now, this also works best if you got a headset and a microphone, because sound that, like with News Now, sound is coming over his microphone at the same time. Yeah, you get a little back feed going. I think so. What's new, News Now?
give me just 1 second. Let me go in here and turn these things on.
Now, there's also a. Oh, okay. I see. You got headset. Now, if you got a headset, you don't need a mic if you got one built into your thing, because we're not hearing it through the laptop, but we could hear it. You figure it out, people. Like, green stuff. What's that? I don't know what you're talking about. So, who wants to talk about what? Name it, I could talk about it.
Oh, that's crazy damn thing.
What's new with you, News Now?
They have a new computer, trying to find everything in it again. That's where I hit it.
Oh, man, welcome to my world. You should see how my files are.
Oh, mine's awful, but like I said, new computer, so you know,
Yes.
you kind of get what you get.
Yes, Maximilian, I have seen the latest Tyrant one. I had it queued up here earlier. One where he pulled the gun out on him. I saw yours and I saw the original. I'm on top of stuff, I tell you. I watch everything. Except for the Felipe stuff, I just stay out of that. you know, when they start bringing that up, I just glaze over. Oh, that's why I had to count to 10 before I could say anything. As a matter of fact, check. I think I'm comment number 2. I had to count 1, 2, 3, 4. Jojo, you are very, very, very right on that comment you made today. Those are the same police. That is the same Sheriff's Department alliance. Yes, that's the ones.
Okay. All right. I'm back in. We're in here with you again.
That's okay. You haven't left. We've been watching you.
All right.
I have it set so every time you make a noise, it flips over to your screen.
Okay. Can everybody else see what I put up here? Like, if I was to share something or.
Actually, the way I have it, I take and pop out the YouTube chat. Then I size it for like 1/3 or 1/4 of the screen on the right. And then I take this screen here and I don't full screen it. I have the screen, but then I size that for the other 3/4 of the screen. So I have the YouTube chat over here popped out, and I have the YouTube muted. Or actually, I have the YouTube shut off now because it's popped off. And then this one's sitting next to it. So I see the YouTube chat, our chat, and the screen here.
All right. Well, the reason I was wondering was, okay, I got reading on poster 7, and there was a couple of things that I have found on there that everybody, for one thing, one of the things that that people have been saying is wrong.
Good citizen of
the post.
Welcome.
The post office can choose if you can come in the lobby, according to poster 7. But there's a couple catches to that. When you go right over from poster 7, where it talks about photography, it has the penalties for exactly.
Or you have the one that has the penalties for not.
Yes.
Okay, because I can pull up the poster 7 that you could look right at on my screen here to show how that would works in concert with everybody. Let me go to this, and you're seeing this go off at infinity. Going to go over here, and I'm just going to pull up poster 7. Where did I say that? Right here. Now you're all seeing this, right? This is the part you're talking about right here.
Yes. All right. Where it talks about photography, it does say that even when it's being used for news, that the security personnel, or security force personnel and other authorized personnel, and then it goes into the federal court orders and rules and whatever. So what that's saying basically is that security personnel or security force personnel at the post office can decide that, you know what, we don't want you in here. But there's a catch. If you go right over here next to that, when it says penalties and other laws,
right,
and you read the last of that paragraph, nothing contained in these rules and regulations shall be construed to abrogate, which means to take away the law or to overrule a law. Okay, so this cannot overrule or replace any federal laws, regulations, or state or local laws or regulations applicable to any area which is publicly situated.
Where the property is situated.
Right. the trick to this what is our number
No, did I lose you?
Looks like we went infinite.
He might have froze up. He'll be back. Uh, so nothing contained in these rules or regulations shall be construed to abrogate any other federal law or regulations, or any state or local laws and regulations applicable to any area in which the property is situated. I read that to say basically nothing in these rules trumps federal laws. So uh, photographs for news purposes may be taken at entrances, lobbies, foyers, corridors, or auditoriums when used by public meetings. All right. However, except where it's prohibited by official signs. What an official sign is, it does. Hello, hey, you're back. Welcome back.
okay
So I'll go back to what you were
so
saying.
okay anyways what this is basic
I, I don't think his new computer is working very well.
All right. Well, I'm going to leave this up. We'll just go back to the screen here. We'll stop this for now. Yep, he froze up. I can see him. He's frozen. So, again, I am not one to give advice on what all that says. Munkay, what's up? All right, I am telling everybody how we can get more than one person in the chat and talk instead of having a whole bunch of people having a whole bunch of individual live streams. And News Now is back. All right, News Now.
okay
News Now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mute you for just a minute, so your PC can catch up. It'll give you a better chance of it not freezing up or gumming up. All right.
all right
So anyhow, this is called a Hangout. Now, a Hangout has everything that most OSBs have too, but it's really basic. You can get multiple people in here with multiple points of views. You can also make it private, unlisted. You can list it. Everyone that's in here can also use the stream themselves to stream it on their channel without mirroring, and others can mirror too. So it helps getting us all together instead of switching back and forth. Because you know me, every time somebody's going live, I'm there to watch their back, and half the time it's like, okay, I'm going to cook up noodles tonight, and I'm not talking about Cybertron. No. But you just see what I mean. So get more of us together. Yep, that was Good Citizen of the North. I'm sorry. I talked right over the top of him. But again, I'm just trying to set everybody up. It's actually pretty easy. And you can also set up your own Hangouts right straight through Google. So once you got the Hangup set in here, or through YouTube, you just go into YouTube and set up. And you also give people heads up time of when you're going to go on. It's like I could schedule a week ahead. And then when I go live, I can send the link out for the live for anybody else to come in live with me an hour ahead or so. Whatever I decide to turn it on, wait for everybody to join up. Yeah, it was a Good Citizen. So now I have News Now muted. Try to unmute him. All right, News Now, can you unmute yourself? There you go.
okay let's try this but anyways basically what it's
News Now America. I'm sorry. That's who it was. He's gone again. And also when you come in here, there's also a meetup at the top that you can set your bandwidth image. I can't show you here because I can't screen share that part, but it's up at the top of the screen. News Now. When you come back in, I'll mute you again. I'll walk you through that part. But you could reach, like I'm running high D, you can set it down lower so your computer doesn't come up too. And that's a good thing. As long as whoever's running the Hangout has a strong computer connection, it should stay next. Okay, News Now. I'm going to mute you again, and I'm going to walk you through something. No, I will. Yeah, I'm going to mute you. Up at the top, you're going to see a bar, and you're going to see the plus people, microphone, video, and then you'll see it adjust your bandwidth range. Click on that and try to bring your bandwidth down. So it's not taking up that much of your computer. And then we'll try again. Or he didn't get that far. He might have just froze right up. Reboot. There you go. I think he's froze. Well, I don't know what happened, but he's gone. If you have a good computer, even if you got a mediocre computer, this thing works pretty good. And he's back again. All right, at the top, there's an adjustment for your bandwidth.
I did it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I put it on halfway. So hopefully now it'll stay going.
Well, you got 3 sentences out. Great.
Hey, I'm that damn important. Anyways, so what I'm trying to say is that they can't go against the Constitution because the Constitution is federal law. That's any American knows this. Now, if you look, just in case, because I've seen a lot of times where the cops show up at the post office and they tell you got to leave the property completely because this is postal property. If you'll look where it talks about, I will have to pull it up because there ain't no way I'm going to remember it off the back of my hand.
You want me to pull it up again for you?
Yeah, if you could, please. I would appreciate it.
All right, and there's that. And I'm going to present myself. There you go. Right back to, I know you see the infinity look. There you go. All right, can you see it well now? Did I lose him? From this, yep, there he is. News Now America, can you hear me? Oh, nope, he's gone. Oh, and he's back. All right, set it down another notch, News Now.
Okay. All right, let me try to hurry this up. So, come on. Oh, scroll up. I'm sorry. I was trying to scroll up my end. Up a little bit further. Little bit. Okay. Okay, in the third row, down where it says
Okay, I see what he's trying to say. He's saying if you go in there, passing out pamphlets, literature, picketing and demonstrating are prohibited. Now, going in there, like the one I did was a perfect example. It was an old building. It had historical value. It was a bunch of artistic work around there that the public is supposed to see and admire. And my intention was to go in there and photograph the artwork for a news story. That was the whole thing behind my visit. I was in there 3 minutes, barely even started talking to the guy about how old that building was. I know. I'm sorry, dude.
It's not you, dude. I know what my problem is. I've got a shitty damn connection here on my Wi-Fi, but I am going to fix that.
Well, all right. Here, we'll try one more thing here while you're here. Go up to the top and click on your camera. Just turn your camera off. Your mic will still work, and it might work completely perfectly for you there. But you'll still be able to see the screen and everything I'm showing.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna play it.
So yeah, if you're going in there, ticketing and that, but like I said, I went in there to admire everything in this post work. I was even started a little repertoire with a guy about how old the building was, and the artwork was pretty cool. It was like triangles. If you looked at it this way, it was one picture from the left. If you leaned to the right side, looked at it, it was another picture. But I couldn't even get to that. It got to where the guy saw the camera and freaked out. Says, "Oh my God, it's a semi-automatic camera." You know? And that's what I'm trying. I'm trying to educate them. Don't be freaking chicken shits out here, people. It's a fucking camera. I want to take pictures. The post office boxes were the original ones from the 1900s. You know, still with all the ornate overlay and everything in there. I couldn't get to that. I felt like I was rushed going through there because the guy wanted me out because he was scared of a camera. Now, he should not be able to tell anybody in the public that's got a camera that's admiring artwork to begin with, get out. Why? Leafleting, I can understand that. Distributing literature, picketing, or just sitting there going, I'm going to show the camera in your face and call you names all day and nothing you can do about it. That is to be a form of demonstrating. All right.
Exactly what my point is on this is where they're telling you got to leave the property completely. Is it actually does say which our photographing is basically our way of protesting. So it says right here, as long as you're not inside the building, as long as you're outside, even if you're on the sidewalk right in front of the building, if you're not blocking traffic, you know, you ain't got to be all the way out the road. As long as you're not blocking them coming in out of the doors or whatever, you're still legal.
We'll go back to stop sharing, and I'll go find myself in here again. There's me, and I got to go find the chat. Put that up here. I'm good at this. I've done this for a long time, so if you all start using the Hangouts, it is, again, I'm sorry, Gray Dude, I missed that question because I was showing him and I missed the chat. An interview with Falling Bob for WDRN. All right, Patrick, I will see you later. I'm sorry I missed that. And again, this is all new to most people out there. I've been doing this for a long time through this, and it does help. Like I said, he wanted to explain one thing. I just happened to have the form, and it helped him sort of explain how things are going.
Yeah. Well, the big thing with me is, you know, like I said, I'm trying to figure out, you know, read the laws, because a lot of the things are being, you know, this one telling that one, telling that one, telling that one, telling that 20 or 30, 40 people down the road, you get to hear it. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with gossip, but I bet you are. You never get news back around the same way it started.
Oh, no. It's called Chinese whispers. We used to do that all the time, and well, I won't say. But you would start and whisper in one person's ear and say, your goat has a fat head. They have to turn and whisper to the next person the same thing you said. By the time it gets all the way back around to you, it's your dad gives goat's head.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But yeah, I mean, you see where I'm coming from. I mean, my point is to be able to have a backup, you know, another line of defense, basically, to where we can kind of prove our point still, even if the cops show up and say, you know what, you got to leave. If you want to change this, you're going to have to do it in court.
Like I said,
Okay.
I knew they wanted to arrest me when I went back in, and if I had a live stream, I might have gone bit, but it was my very first one, and I was surprised as hell. I knew maybe one or two would show up, and that's what I expected first. Is I'm going to go in, and I'm not going to be an asshole. I'm going to act like an old grandpa, you know, going in there and admiring stuff and taking pictures. Oh, look at this, until somebody freaks out. And it says, you got to get out. Well, I thought this was public. Why? What's the problem? You're scared of a camera and stuff like that, but still leave without being an asshole. And hope that they do call the cops. Then I'll tell the cops, well, what I do wrong? I'm just taking pictures, adding nice stuff in there, and I'll make a great story for any newspaper and that. And hell, I'm a photojournalist antagonist too. What the hell? Anybody got me? Okay. All right, Munkay. I'm going to send a link. It should bring you in here. If your computer doesn't have Hangouts, you might have to download it and come in. But it does work best if you have a headset and a microphone here, so you don't get feedback. But if you can balance it yourself, you like he's working it out. But here's the link. And now again with this here, you can get a link yourself to put on your channel to all your viewers to come look at this too. And you like, for example, you could get Johnny 5-0 without having to go over there and have the dog sit on your lap. You could sit comfortably a whole Munkay and have Johnny on his with the dog next to him, sitting here while you got your own screen and your own laptop, and everybody's looking at the chat at the same time. If you can partition it out right. I've done it for 5 years, John Williams. Munkay is in the house.
What's up, man? Put all of my stuff that I wanted in here. So you can take some.
So yeah, I've done this for Vega Conflict Talk Live for 5 years. For one of those shows I did, and we would have CEOs and that from Australia, while other ones in California were coming in the show, talking to everybody else, while we had people all over the world watching it. So it works pretty good. And let's see.
What are you talking about?
Oh, just about anything everybody else talks about. Now, again, another good thing about this is YouTube really couldn't block me for somebody else playing music in here if I put a disclaimer saying background music's unavoidable or something like that. I forgot the exact.
Well, they don't block you. All they do is the person that makes the complaint, if you were to potentially monetize, they'd get the cash out of that. That's all it does. It's not a hit against you. It's not any violation in the community. You don't go in any YouTube jail. It's just one of those stupid little things that they found for other people to make, money off of. But here's what's funny is I've been waiting for monetization since November. And every month they keep on telling me that I have to wait till the end of next month.
Well, I never planned on getting monetized anyhow. First off, you're going to have to get on YouTube. You got to get 1,000 viewers, 4,000 hours of viewing, just for them to consider you to view or to be monetized. And then that decision could take up to 3-4 months.
Yep.
Hell, I thought I was going to have to go around doing all y'all some major favors to get people to join. I think I've got less than 30 now.
Well, PNP News, I know PNP News has been a big help. We got a lot of viewers over here. There was a couple others too. But pretty much everybody, word of mouth. I know Monk's told a couple people to come over here. Fuzzy. Furry's going to kill me if I keep saying Fuzzy. Furry's.
Oh, I thought the last time when I was out in California, she was going to kill me because I kept on calling her Fuzzy.
That might be where I started hearing it, and it kept getting stuck in my head because I'm called Furry, But then all of a sudden, for some reason, once in a while, it's like Fuzzy. No, Fuzzy was not Fuzzy. Fuzzy Wuzzy was not furry. And it's,
Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't furry, was he?
now, Monkey, down at the bottom, are you on phone or laptop?
About my laptop.
Okay. Down on your bottom right, do you see where it says links?
Down at my bottom right.
It should say just hanging out the name of this room. If not, if you don't, what I could do is like this. I copy the page where everybody else can view. I can either put it here, or I could put it in we have our own chat here too. That would be the blue box on the top left. And it'll open up our own
left. Oh, I see that.
You click that in our own chat. So we could talk here about amongst ourselves about things we can say or what we don't talk about this to each other without everybody out here in the YouTube chat see what we're talking about and keep, guard on ourselves here. In this.
So that's where I put all the links for my dick pics and stuff.
Yeah, you can do that. And it doesn't come out. It doesn't come over to YouTube or nothing.
I'm just kidding. He's now America. I really wasn't going to do that. He looked horrified for a second.
Yeah, I thought I was going to have to ride with you there for a minute. Pass that son bitch around.
I'd show mine, but the pictures wouldn't fit on the screen.
You get to find out why I'm
well,
called.
I wasn't talking about. I was talking about what's in his hand there.
Oh, this? This is a little bit of the Massachusetts medication.
Yeah,
I don't blame you.
Sure, man. I got some good medication, man. All right.
Hey, just a heads up, man. If you're in a state where it ain't legal, you can get in trouble, even if you're fucking broadcasting on the internet.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
I thought you were gonna pull some medication out. Just be careful if you do that on a live stream, because depending on what state you're in, they could decide to prosecute.
Oh, you gotta go see some of my old videos. We're gaming and talking about the games and stuff, and I'm just firing up away. Oh, this is tobacco, really.
Wait, I can tell. I can smell it from here.
That's my cologne. It's called Cannabis from Men.
Actually, they do have the incense that for years I would drive around with it in my car, burn it once in a while. I smell pot. Yeah, of course you do. It's my incense. Here's the bag. Yes, what's to say? Then they couldn't search my car. Well, we'll still get the dog. Go ahead. Get the dog. It's going to take
He'll
you.
be stoned too.
See, it's funny here in Mass. It's illegal for them to search a car based on a smell. And that's the number one. That's their number one go-to is, oh, it smells like marijuana. I want to search your car, and then I come along with, no, you're not.
Yeah. Well, I'm a truck driver.
You don't really have a choice being a truck driver. If they want to check your books and everything else, you got to open your door for the books to begin with. You can't just put your everything up against the window.
You're operating under a commercial aspect, and all those rules are designed for you guys in the commercial aspect. As where regular Joe or you yourself out of the vehicle, just going to Walmart to go get some fucking KY jelly, you're traveling, and your Fourth Amendment gives you the right to travel without that shit, and they still like to fucking pull you over for, oh, I saw you smoking something funny. Oh, there's a smell. Guess what? We're searching your vehicle. Guess what? You're going to fuck yourself.
Oh, and then the other good thing about this chat is if somebody has to get up and go pee, they just got to go like this and say, I'll be right back. You guys keep the conversation going. I'll be right back.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, I'm telling you, it's like I was saying earlier, there's several things that's really pissing me off. These damn blue thin blue line flags Oh, them just go through me like damn fire. I mean, it just totally pisses me off. I
Yeah,
mean, you know,
they're taking that as like a little bit too far. You know, I can understand you want to have a symbol. Everybody has their symbol. I have a flag of my symbol hanging in my room. You know what I mean?
right,
You know, and I can understand it's something for everybody to stand behind, but they lost the meaning of it.
right.
Now it's just,
Well,
oh, brotherhood, brotherhood. No, it's not a brotherhood. It's supposed to be a symbol that we were supposed to look to respect, and instead it turned into a gang fucking.
yeah, exactly. And you know, I mean, it's really screwed up. Now, my opinion and what I have decided for me, I ain't talking to them. If they got the damn flag on them, I'm gonna tell them. The only thing I got to say to them is, as long as you're wearing that flag, I refuse to speak to you. You're disgracing my flag. And quite frankly, I would just as soon see him stand there and burn the damn thing. I mean, that's the way I feel about it.
Well, it should be burned because it's a desecration of the flag when they put that line on the flag.
I mean, I just assume them burn the American flag is do that to it.
Yeah.
I mean, what they're trying to do is make people feel it's supposed to make you feel like you're safe because I'm an officer. I protect America. No, you don't. You protect the damn politicians.
Yep. I actually saw a thing today that the Supreme Court passed a bill stating that any cop that feels like he's being ambushed by somebody has the rights to arrest that person.
Yeah, they're trying to make our job fun, ain't they?
Yep. It's cool, man. I already got 2 fucking cases going on in 2 other states, so what's up?
Yeah.
Let's add a third.
You know, I mean, it's you know, we got to watch our shit. I mean, as aggravating as that is, I mean, because you know, I'm as stubborn as any of you. Don't get me wrong, I am just as damn stubborn. But the other side of that is because driving a truck, I've got a few more things going against me. One, I can't, you know, I can't stop and go to the post office or the sheriff's department. That's why you see my audits. What are they? They're damn rest areas because that's the only place I can get to. At one at truck stop. But you got to, hey, anywhere works.
Exactly. And you know what? You know what else doesn't hurt? I don't know if you already have it. You probably do. And you can just say, Munkay, shut the hell up. A dash cam.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
I won't drive anything without it.
I don't blame you. I've seen some of those fucking videos and some of the way that these cops treat you guys fucking out there. And what they don't realize is
this is the only thing I've had to use. I used to use BAM user every single day, everywhere I went. Now this is the weird thing too. I wanted to bring up to everybody. When I did this audit, I was in and out of town really well. They had no idea who I was. Now, either they have really good face recognition, and some police forces are supposed to be able to be getting face recognition cameras now. All right, there was a debate whether it's legal or not, but anyhow, they're supposed to be getting it. Either they have really good face recognition and really wanted to find out who I was, or that's the only thing I could think, because the next night I hadn't drove since from there I got out of town. No cops, nobody saw me. Not even one car was within 3 miles of me going home. There was a long straight stretch, 3 miles long. I knew nobody was back there. So they didn't follow me home. But the next night, I just hadn't drove since then. Went to my sister's a mile down the road. Was there for 10 minutes, left from her house, drove them from here and pulled into my driveway and got yanked over. I put it on Facebook Live when I went. I couldn't get the YouTube working at the time. But I put it on Facebook Live that I got yanked over. And you know what they pulled me over for? No license plate taillight or no license plate light.
Yeah, that's a bullshit charge.
So I sat there and he said, I had the camera right there. He saw that camera was going. And I said, not a word. Gave him a ticket and everything else. Sat there perfectly fine. He went back. He came back, gave me the ticket for it, saying it's a fix it and this and that. And I didn't even get out of my car. I wasn't going to have him get out of the car, even though I had the ticket, and freak him out and shoot me. Because I pulled in my driveway, first off. So I let him leave. I get out of the car. I go to the back of my car. My license plate lights were working. Perfectly fine.
He must have fixed it for you. Ain't that nice of him? And they say cops don't serve anymore.
Now, I have not gotten a ticket for 30 years. And I mentioned it in my video that day, too, when I was doing the audit. I went in there to renew my license, get everything done there, and to check, make sure that there was no red light tickets, Watson warrants that I knew nothing about before I did it. And it was all good.
I don't blame you.
So that's sick. I'm good there. We'll go to the post office. You know?
Yeah,
Then,
well, I mean,
the next day I get an imaginary ticket for a taillight that worked.
yeah. Basically, they're letting you know that they know who you are.
Well, actually, most of them probably all they got to do is ask around. They would know who I am. I had tried. I had cotton balls in my cheek, puffing my cheek up, which also helps with my voice. Right. I had a different pair of glasses on. And face recognition, the way I changed it, I had tape back here to pull my cheeks back a little bit. I'm an actor. I know some of these things. So my face should have came up in a recognition, but I think it still did. I didn't cover it good. I should have put a beard. I should have gone James Freeman or something. Next time I'll go in. Yes, I'm mini James Freeman. It's like, you put James Freeman like this.
Mini free me. Oh wow. Yeah, I mean, they
yeah, but like Invictus says, we got to get cameras in the cars and everything else. Like I just got this one, so doing this is not cheap. But if I'm going to do this, like everything else, I'm not just going to wade in a little bit. I jump in, like go for it. I'll learn.
You know what, BulletSponge? If you go on eBay, there is a nice gimbal stabilizer that you can get that's made specifically for phones, and it's all electronic. It's only like $70 or $80.
Yeah, I got one ordered for $99. That pretty much
Yeah.
that Cybertron has.
Yeah, those things are badass. I was just looking at them earlier.
Again, I'm in a fixed income. I'm old.
Yeah, I hear
you. I'm retired. Damn it. Hey, man, fix it. I gotta eat cat food. If I that's just not right. I need money. Yeah, but I don't look at old. I know it. I'm still got all my hair, all my teeth. Yeah, but there's somebody else's teeth, but I still got them.
I'll tell you another thing I've been thinking a lot about, and something that really gets to me, pisses me off again when I think about it. All right. When I looked up the number of people who has been killed by officers this year, and I just looked because it's rising constantly. It's at 399. Do you know how many officers been killed this year?
Like 17.
21.
I was close.
Nationwide. Yeah, you're real close. But the whole thing, what gets me is that 399 is just 399 that they know of. But a lot of these police departments don't. They just hide it.
Yeah, I found out some really fucked up shit that I can't really touch too much upon, but a police department has ruined one more person's life that is involved in this community. When they decide to come forth with it, and it is a person I'm pretty sure everybody here knows. It's a horrifying and fucking disgusting display, and a lot needs to be changed with these officers.
Yeah, it does.
It really does.
I hate to say it, but cops are allowed to lie to a point, correct? They're
Well,
not. We don't think they should, but they are allowed to lie to get what they need to trick somebody. Sometimes they're allowed to lie. However, they take that way, way, way too far when they start using it with scare tactics, saying, "Well, you know, this," or you know, that. That is just almost the same as torturing somebody.
Mm-hmm.
If I was to sit there and sat you in a chair and say, "If you move, that chair will blow up, so you better frickin' stay there. I'm not shitting you," and say a serious enough voice, you're gonna sit there going, "Fuck," and you're not gonna move. You're gonna be terrified
Right.
as much as I'm holding a gun to your face. Okay, there you go. Haha, I was fooling. There's nothing there. You're gonna take a minute or two before you get out of that chair, wondering, is he really fucking with me, or is he still fucking with me?
Right.
And now that's not lying. That's fucking with people, and that's beyond lying.
Just for the hell of it most time. I think a lot of, they use the, I'm scared, and you really had me worried because you were out here in front of our building. Uh, I'll tell you one. I told, I done a Army Reserve Center one not long ago. And it's on my channel.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing was, the guy comes up to me, and of course he asked the question everybody asks: "What are you doing? Why are you doing it?" Well, yeah, I pretty much just told him that uh, you know, as I'm taking pictures, well, actually, I misspoke. I said I'm on private property. I should have said public, but that was one of the first contacts I actually had. So a little bit panicky there, but he sits there and he starts talking. I said, "Wait, let me finish what you're going to say." On this day and time, the way things are, I said, "You know what? They've been that way since the 1600s. There has always been somebody that everybody was worried about."
Yep.
Yeah, biblical times, So, it's nothing new, people. It's nothing new. When your government is telling you that, oh, because of terrorism, we're going to take your guns away so you'll be safe. It didn't work out so goddamn well for the damn Indians, did it?
Every emergency an accident and crisis I have witnessed, all right, if anybody had the balls to jump in to try to help, they were the only thing standing between a lot of people's lives and death before help got there. And I'm not just talking about police. I'm talking about ambulances or fire. I've pulled people out of burning buildings. I've pulled people out of burning cars. I've saved guys who's fallen off of cliffs because they had an epileptic fit into a canal and stuff like that. If everybody else had that wait and I can't help because I'm not qualified like a cop, I can't go out there and defend the public because I'm not a cop, wait for the cops, nobody would live. And the criminals would get away, the people would die. If you can't get to somebody to help them, you need somebody to help them till you get there.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's funny too because cops will always bring up the whole, "Oh, well, for your safety, for your safety." Nowhere in the job does it say that they are responsible for individual safety. They're responsible for the safety of the community.
Correct. They're not responsible.
The Supreme Court has ruled that your safety is not on their list of priorities.
Nope.
That they do not have to worry about your safety. I mean, if they feel that their life's in danger and I've got you down on the ground beating the shit out of you, and they think that they'd put their life in danger if they pulled me off of you, they're allowed to stand back and hold their hands up. That's perfectly legal. And it sucks.
Again, that goes hand in hand with being trained and being educated.
Yep.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. I worked for 3.5 years in Tennessee as a correctional officer. And two things about that. One, never went against someone's rights. Not once. And number two, in 3.5 years, I handcuffed one inmate, and that was just because he was worried he didn't belong and I didn't have a choice. You know? But hell, leave with him. I mean, they all respect me. So I'd turn around and, you know, shit would be coming down and they'd let me know ahead of time. You know, because I was straight with them. I didn't bullshit. You know, I didn't sit there, oh, now don't you do this or that, and I'm standing there doing it. My reason for quitting, honestly, I got tired of working with the damn idiots. You know? I mean, I worked 3.5 years. I never had to wrestle an inmate down to the ground. And yet you get some of these officers that it was daily that they were wrestling an inmate down.
I did a short stint overseas with the Marine Corps, and in that time, part of my job, they sent us to a prison that was over there. And so this is the only experience I have in any sort of prison area or anything like that. But so we didn't have any weapons, and all these dudes were prisoners of war. And the last thing on our minds were, how are we going to fuck with these people? And it seems like the guards and the officers on the streets, that's one of the things that they think about is, you know, how can I make this person's life a little bit more difficult today? You know, they pull you over and, okay, I can't find this initially, so let's check out the license plate light. Oh, that's working. Let's go check to see if this, you know, it's absolutely silly.
I had a cop once after he pulled me over. He had nothing to give me tickets. He said, well, turn on your left blink signal on. Why? So I can see if it's working. Don't you know?
Yeah. So I can see if it's working. So now they're mechanics along with being trained psychologists. When I first got in this movement, which was last year, I had a female sergeant who didn't like me asking for one of her officers' badge number or her badge number. So she turned around and reached out to members of my family. When I still didn't stop recording after that, they sent emails to employers of mine telling them that I'm off my medication, endangered myself and everyone around me. I've never been on medication.
Yeah, that's
so
another.
The links that they, the links that they go to is absolutely ridiculous. Sorry, man. I'll shut up.
Oh, no, you're fine. Talk all you want. I was just saying I was going to add into that. That's another thing we do have to watch out for is some of our neighbors and friends, so-called friends, if they just get mad at you, they call in and just say, I'm worried. I was talking to him and he was saying blah, 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 blah. And next thing you know, you're a welfare check.
Well,
and you got no choices in that.
Though, I'm a 30-year-old man. Why are they reaching out to my father?
Yeah, I'm saying, but what we're doing here, they're going to find any little thing like that. And at last resort, be ready for that, for them to do a welfare check.
Oh, definitely.
But they'll never do that on me because I'm a happy-go-lucky guy. I'm happy with everything. I'm never depressed.
The cops purposely either go as fast as they can down my street past my house, or they park all the way up at the other end, so they don't fucking have to deal with me.
Another thing I just thought of when I was mentioning that shark incident that I was showing on some of my videos. There's a shark incident, Munkay, if you didn't see earlier, that started a couple years ago where they pulled over 2 cars for no reason at all, wanted to see driver's licenses for no reason.
Is that because they were coming back from the pigeon shoot one?
It wasn't pigeon shoots. It was from the Beagles and that. It was over north.
Okay.
That's right down the road here. All right. Those are the ones I have to deal with. The same exact cops.
Those are the Ben Salem cops, right?
No, the Lyons Sheriff's Department, Wayne County Sheriff's Department, New York State Police. They're into the pigeons and the horse stuff and everything else, but there's one that was right here. Mm-hmm. It was really bad. That basically they would tell them, nope, you're not going nowhere, and if you don't show us your license, we're going to arrest you for this, that, the other, because it ended up the people at the farm owners were cops and judges. And so they had invested interest. So because they said, hey, they flew a drone over our place. We want to know who they are. And they were telling them no. They were basically saying we're the owners of the cops and judges. So, and I'm going to get in touch with them, see what lawyers they have, just in case down the road I may need the same lawyers here, because I'll know the cops intimately.
Do you know? Do you know where Fishkill, New York is?
Yep.
You know the Fresh Air Fund?
Nope.
So the Fresh Air Fund was an organization that was started way back in the day when tuberculosis broke out in New York City, and they'd send all the kids up to New York, upstate New York, to get them out of the city for a couple weeks. And it turned into this big program for inner city New York kids to throw them out there, take them out of the ghetto and, throw them in the woods for a couple weeks. Believe it or not, I work there. So I was a camp counselor the first year. The second year, they made me an administrator, so they put me in charge of an entire village of kids. And the short time I was there, the Fishkill police were absolutely out of fucking control.
No doubt.
Well, that's the whole area up here. Again, other than the one from Shark, we got Davey V, Brian King, and upstate New York. Hey, upstate. Hopefully you're still here. He's way over Troy.
You got Mr. Hillfolk, too.
Okay, I haven't met him yet. Troy is like 200 miles east of me, direct east, at the border of New York and Vermont. I forget which one. Right there. So he's quite a ways from me. So there's nobody around here but me. I'm Wayne County. Brian is Rochester or Monroe County, and it's night and day. Out here, it's called 315ville. All right, or 315ers. Well, we're from 315. We're farmers. That's what the people out here is known at, especially Wolcott. I lived in Wolcott, but it seems there's something in the water that just turns people into balloons. I'm just saying.
Guys, I hate to do it, but I gotta get between the sheets.
Well,
I gotta be up.
Well, hopefully down the road we get a lot more of us in here and get filled up. Maybe we can get Furry in here with a laugh, and who's now Patrick in here, and James. You can get everybody in here.
Yeah.
And like I said, you can also create your own room where you can have powwows. It's better than Discord or anything like that, because you can share files and show them back and forth. And
right.
Oh, and Victus, what also a lot of you don't know is I ran my own business. I've been in New York City. Got hired for a contract doing a couple giant murals the size of buildings, stuff like that. But I'm also an actor, dancer, singer, and stuff like that. I have about 1 billion voices. The one I use out there that's the easiest for me to use is BulletSponge Bob. And I can drop into BulletSponge Bob at the drop of a hat. In fact, this is my regular voice. And like Robin Williams, I hate my regular voice. I really hate it. It sounds nasally to me. It's just horrible. But when I listen to my other voices, I actually get into character. And that's what actors do. You get into a character. And it's easier to act as that character than yourself. So in times of stress, like when you're surrounded by 7 cop cars from the state sheriff and town police, you can talk normal semi, So BulletSponge Bob, he just sit there. Well, what the fuck? I didn't say it. No, he'll talk his mind. He don't care. I ain't answering questions. So anyhow, what you want to know?
All right, guys.
All right,
Yeah.
take it easy, News Now America.
Have a good night, News Now America.
All right, hey, y'all ain't checked out my channel yet? Check it out.
Yeah, man. Hey, it was good meeting you too. I used to watch all your shit as it came out.
I'm glad somebody has. All right, well, hey, I know my shit's not very entertaining, but it's not, to me, it's not about entertaining. To me, it's about trying to educate. My favorite phrase is de-escalate so you can educate if possible. If not possible, then hold your ground just as long as you can.
You know what my favorite saying is?
Fuck them.
Go fuck yourself, pig.
OC Sam wants me to do Jackie Mason. Well, Jackie Mason, I don't know if I could do how to do. I just can't remember how to do Jackie Mason.
I'm out of here. Y'all have a good night.
So this actually works out. Okay, we don't have a lot of viewers in here this time, but hey.
Yeah, man, if it was a little bit earlier, I would have been able to fucking probably get more people in here.
Oh, we got nothing but time. I mean, what? When's that coming in tomorrow or next week? Maybe 6 months, but we got time.
No, my ass has to actually get up and fucking. I gotta book a flight. And... So yeah, I'm charged here in Massachusetts with trespassing and resisting charges for an arrest back in March, and on the 23rd of April, I received a notice from Van Nuys, California, saying that I needed to be out there for a court date. So now I have 2 cases in Lowell and California, all for filming. In California, I was labeled a sovereign citizen. And here's the really ironic part about California is I never identified out there. I was never arrested. So how are they able to get my address?
Face recognition program. I'm telling you. They do have it. And
I know they have it, but...
all they gotta do is call a buddy who has a buddy. Hey, could you check this out for me? Now you know they know who you are. It really doesn't take all that much.
And here's something really ironic. So we did a little bit of digging, right? And for the people that have been involved for the past few months, they'll see where I'm going with this, and I'm trying to keep it kind of vague, but fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say.
They know what causes that nowadays.
Oh yeah, here it is. They charged me, Furry, Potato, and James Freeman. Okay, I can see me and I can see Furry because me and Furry were the mouth. But James Freeman just stood in a corner and kept his mouth shut. Didn't say a word to anybody. Just was James Freeman. They were charging Johnny 5-0, and then they dropped the charges magically.
Johnny's the Fed. Damn it! It's all Johnny's fault.
It's always Johnny's fault.
Maybe it had something to do with the way something was said about calling or showing support or showing your redresses, because isn't it an interference charge?
Yeah, it's interference with a public agency.
Yeah, in other words, somehow they said something to have people call in. Like I keep saying, don't call in. Really don't.
No, you know what it is? Furry
I can't stop them.
Furry found out it was because some employees were so upset that they left their stations.
That's their problem.
Yeah, instead of them getting reprimanded for leaving their stations, we're getting charged with a crime. And are those fucking Stewie fucking sleeping pants?
That's what I'm taking over the world in.
Nice. I got smiley faces. The whole.
I got SpongeBob ones too. So yeah, and I didn't lie because I did say they can call me Bullet. And that's what my daddy used to call me. I was his little bullet. Then my late son, he started up. We did gaming when he wasn't at my house. We were on the PlayStation online playing each other on SOCOM. So we were together all the time, one way or another. And he named me BulletSponge Bob because I was his meat shield. I would run out there, die, and then he'd run in behind me and kill everybody.
I need you on my fucking recon team then.
Oh, I got really good at the game. Then I got the codes of the game. But that's I've actually been online 6 years, 4 years before there was a World Wide Web. So I'm old for people.
If you dig deep enough and far enough, I'll never tell anybody the name of the video. But I am on YouTube, and it's a video of me overseas in Iraq boxing a Golden Gloves boxer, and I get knocked the fuck out.
Oh, hey, I won't tell you, but there's a couple videos out there with me tap dancing.
And if you really want a quick view of it, I made a video a few months ago talking about it's one of showing like a whole bunch of pictures from me overseas and stuff like that. There's a clip of a Marine getting knocked out. That's this guy.
I've never been knocked out. I had my eye knocked out, but I never got knocked out. I got my neck almost broke. I got monkey flipped. I wasn't paying attention. I got monkey flipped and came down the wrong way on my neck, and hasn't been right since. But I'm just a little guy who was in the Marines, and I try not to fight anybody, but I make sure if it's going to be a fight, I'm walking away, and it's done real as fast as possible. Let's see.
What you do in the Marines?
Statistical research. I was one of the Marines.
We had a dude in my boot camp. His name was Atwood. He was a rather chubby kid, so you know what the nicknames could become. He joined to play in the band.
They made me a lay leader. Basically, I was like lead prayers. But I was good at the Marines. I did get the dress blues and this and that because when I joined the Marines, it was easy. People yelling at me. Oh, my dad did that. My dad beat me daily with the belt. What do you mean pain? That's nothing. Yeah. So.
See, I was the complete opposite. They saw that I had a low tolerance for pain, so they fucked with me hard. And I mean, I ended up leaving with a higher tolerance of pain, but oh man, did they make my first 3 weeks hell?
Yeah,
hard.
Yeah, my dad trained us to snap to before I was even one. You know, he could take the 5 of us out to a restaurant, and we would eat perfectly. Not making people.
Make you hold the cup fucking at the bottom too.
Oh no, you could drink till you're done eating.
Oh.
So when I joined the Marines, that part was easy. I had been hunting since I was 3. You know, I could shoot pretty much anything, at any distance. We were shooting wild dogs out in the muck behind my house. About distance was almost a mile, not quite, with a 30-06. You know, the ones with the old Mauser with a telescoping lift. With those,
those are badass fucking rifles.
We were really good at that. Deer hunting, I ended up just going bow hunting because the gun was too easy to kill. I was like, okay, you get 1 buck and 1 doe, but with the gun, right? I'd go out, bang, bang. All right, I'm done for the year. Oh, great year. So.
I've never been hunting, and I didn't touch a rifle until I got to boot camp. And I've always wanted to try hunting. Just like, you know, go out there, do it once. And I'm not the type where I'd hunt something and, I'm done with it. Like, you know, I'll get rid of all the meat and shit like that. I'm not, you know, a trophy hunter. I just want to try it and experience. I am a huge fisherman.
Oh, by the way, John Williams, my best friend's name is John Williams Shield. He just turned 60 also, too. And no, this is not colored. This is all real. No Grecian formula, nothing. This and that, but yeah, I've had a rough life, but I'm good to myself. Crap, now I forgot what I was going to say. God damn it. Judd got me off on the sidetrack here. I'd been hunting since I was little, so shooting was nothing. Yeah, like I said, I would use bows. Uh, then I got tired of hunting, period, because I get along with animals. I was raised by dog. When I was about one, I would sneak out, and my dog would take me through the orchards and stuff, and I'd follow him, and he'd bring me back at lunch. Freak my mother out once in a while. I was a wild boy. OC's getting a contact high through the TV.
Suck it up.
This is tobacco, really. See? This is really a cigarette without a filter. See?
Yeah. It's the cheapest way to do it. That's how I do it. See?
Yeah, well, again, if I was driving down the road, I would only have one of these on me. If I see the lights go on, one of these are in my mouth. If I got a bowl or something else on me, I can't really eat that, and I'm stuck with it or throw it out the window. And then
no, it goes in your shoe, man.
No, again, if they take you out of the car, like you're in New York, you're forgetting.
Oh yeah, they make you take your shoes off out there, huh?
They pull you right out of your car if you give Betty grief. So that guy had
them.
1,000 cameras pointing at. Yeah, well, just it might hurt me while I'm saying fuck them, but I've done that too. But then again, I've had cool sheriffs here. I was wanted on a warrant for not going to probation for a year or paying the fine for a year. And this big judge lady set out this warrant for me. It was for my ex-old lady's motel that she was supposed to pay for, but somehow it got, I ain't paying that. So they put me on probation, stealing public funds or stealing public services. That's what it was. They charged me with. It was her place, not even mine, but she was my wife. All right. So the judge sent out, because I said I wasn't going to pay for it and I wasn't going to go to probation. The judge got cocky and sent out a warrant for me. And I was working at a wastewater treatment facility where I was the only one who knew how to run the place. So if I wasn't there running it, they had to shut it down. If they shut it down, they had to shut the plant down that the water went to, which means hundreds and hundreds of people had to go home and not be working. So I went for the judge. Well, by the time we got in front of the judge, it was about 5 hours later. Me and this one sheriff who went to school, we drove everywhere. We saw an accident. We pulled a cop over. We pulled another guy who had fireworks in his car over. And every time he pulled somebody over, he would just uncuff me, put me in the front, and say, whoever had in the back is out. Behave yourself. My partner don't take kindly to people who don't. They'd be sitting back in there, and my hair's long. I go, so that's what a narc must be like. I just sit there looking stern. This ain't nothing, just look stern. But So we finally got in front of the judge, and the judge is trying to act all bitchy to me and this, that. I said, go ahead, throw me in jail. I says, I work 16 hours a day. I have worked 25 days in a row. I need some days off. However, if you put me in jail, there's going to be about 400 people that are going to be unemployed until I come back out of jail because they don't have anybody to run the wastewater treatment facility that I am running, and I'm the only one that can run it, and that's why I've worked the last 25 days in a row without 16 hours a day,
Mm-hmm.
I says, you don't have to believe me. You could send me to jail. Now, by this time, my mother had showed up to bail me out, right? I said, oh, fucking keep that shit. Yeah, don't spend a freaking hour. I'm not getting bailed out, especially by my mother. And she was getting all upset. Calm down. Just don't fuck this shit, Throw my ass in jail. I don't care. And so the sheriff, he's sitting there. He's trying to act stern, but he's laughing his ass off. I actually think he got a contact high because smoking my last one in his car when he didn't know it. He got back in afterwards. He goes, I don't know nothing. So the judge ended up calling the place Comstocks to find out if my story was true. And Comstock says, yeah, he has to be back here in about 4 hours. And if he's not here, we have to shut the plant down. We have nobody to take his place. That'll run the place. And she slammed the phone down. And she turned her chair around. I could see her just go. She goes, all right, well, if you pay the fine, we'll just drop everything. Oh, fuck that. I ain't paying it. It's not my bill. And no, I'm not going to probation because it wasn't my problem. So put my ass in jail. Turns right around. But she turns around and put my ass out. We'll just dismiss all charges right now. Just want to be done with it. Thank you. And she goes to the sheriff. She goes, you can release him out of the cuffs now. And he goes, okay. And I just looked at him and said, oh, you mean these? Here you go.
This past time when I went down to Lowell courthouse for my last court date, so every time I go down there, I roll up one of these guys, and just to give you guys an idea, that's how big those papers are. And I walk all the way down up to the front door, and I'll flick it just before I walk in. Yeah, see? So I flick it just as I walk in there, and the guards know it's me. Well, there was a judge that walked in right in front of me. He turns right around, and he looks at me, and he says, that's an interesting smell you got on your son. And I looked at him, and I said, yeah, it's my cologne. It's called Cannabis from Men. So I didn't know it was a judge at the time. So I go in to fucking check in with probation like I'm supposed to and go and sit down in the courtroom, tell us to all stand up for the judge. And it was the fucking judge that walked in front of me. And like 2 minutes later, he calls my name and fucking I go standing up right before, he tells me, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. Public defender tells him what I want. And right before I leave, he says to me, he's like, yeah, next time you step in my courthouse, make sure you don't smell that way. And I turned and looked right at him and I said, sir, it's not illegal to smell in any way in this state. Yeah, I noticed Osco and Uncle Sam were in there.
Again, it's almost 2:30 in the morning here.
Yeah, same here. I think it's pass out time for me.
Well, yeah, this actually, that's what I was trying to tell people a while ago, and I saw Brian King going out and get that one thing he's got now. Tara Lind? Oh, great. I get confused with all the Lind sisters. Tay started hers up with the same format that Brian had. They both have real problems, and I was trying to say this actually works better, and you get more than just one person in here, and everybody can bounce back and forth. Hey, Uncle Sam, thanks for joining my channel. I'm new to this anyhow. Well, I'm new to the auditing part. I'm not new to watching everybody's back, which Munkay know. You see me bugging him for a while now.
Yeah, you've been popping in quite a bit of the live streams, and not just mine. I mean, Furry, 25,
Mexican Pedilla, any of them that go live, I'm on as soon as I possibly can because I'm retired.
Yeah,
if I'm not.
With the recent events and all that's been going on with the fake lawyer, I've been a little bit more cautious with the people that I will do stuff like this with. You know what I mean? So you've established yourself in my eyes. You're good shit in my eyes. That's why I have no problem doing this. But other people, I just wouldn't hop in like anymore. It's kind of a shitty situation. Everything's in right now, so. That's what it's going to be.
I'm doing two things at once. I'm also typing. I just says I may. What I was trying, it didn't come out right. The keys went all wacko. I may even try to schedule like once a week or once every other day or twice a week times for everybody just to get together, compare notes, hang, and talk to everybody. And get at least a community core going. We do, but it's a loose core. We all know who's out there, but
it kind of has to be that way because I mean, we're getting doxxed from within, and you got people that are calling cops on auditors out there, you know, by watching their live stream. And so it can't really be too unified. Well, I shouldn't say unified. It can't be too organized, because when it gets to that point, you know, then they can just cut the head off. As where if you have individuals, you can't necessarily cut one head off, you know, where it's more like a Hydra at that point, where one falls, 10 more rises, you know. And with this recent rash of arrests that have been going on and charges popping up, I mean, they think it's going to scare people. I think it's going to piss more people off, and more people are going to pick up those cameras.
Well, that's how I got going. It's like I really want to help more than what I was doing. And Invictus, I already subbed, and I rang the bell too. That's what I was doing. But anyhow, again, I'm here helping as many people as I can, and I'm really good at looking things up. I even have a license for some things to look up, but I won't say what. And I like I keep telling them, do what you can to help the community. And when others are coming in here and giving bad information, they're not helping the community. If somebody's coming in here just to troll and find out who's who and where they live, to dox them, that's not helping the community. And the community's not here to hurt the police. So we're not here to hurt the post office people or state workers or whoever. We're here to educate and exercise our rights. And what I keep telling everybody, if you're not just like sitting in a chair all day, if I was not exercising once in a while, I would get fat and I would forget how to use my legs. The same with our rights. If we're not out there exercising them periodically, people forget what they are, and then they start misinterpreting and wrongly interpreting and second guessing, and then thinking that, well, no, maybe I can't do this when you can. And we're seeing that. We're not out there to help people. We're out there so that people learn, not hurt them. At least that's my point. There's some out there, want to push the buttons and see how far you can push it. As far as the police and that, I would call that auditing their personality. We all know the percentage of how many cops are going to go home, kick their kids, kick their wives, and or whatever. And you could usually weed them out to see how easy you could push their buttons. Now they got a rough job, like I was telling the one in my video. I don't want it. And they have a rough, nearly Superman impossible job. And they got adrenaline, my little adrenaline going there that one time. And I'm a Marine, just because it was my first time there. My adrenaline was going. And I tell you, I knew basically what I wanted to say in that, but some things were coming out wrong. It's like, I can't believe this adrenaline's pumping, first off. But they got a rough job, and they got to handle it calmly and coolly. And if they're the type that's going to lose their cool, then they're going to do worse, and they're going to go left really fast. And they shouldn't have the job. Not saying they're bad, it's just some people can do it, some people can't. And like in the Marines, some people could handle being in the Marines. Some people just couldn't, you know?
Yep. I just think it's a lack of training thing. I mean, you're in the Marines, we're taught what? One shot, one kill. These
Central Mass.
Yeah. These motherfuckers are shot, empty your magazine. Like, seriously? If you can't hit something in fucking 15 rounds, you need to hand that badge in, hand that gun in, and ask for a wooden gun and a friggin' cadet fucking sticker.
And again, that's the difference between training and schooling. I really do believe that if you're going to have a job with that much responsibility, then you should have at least that much schooling behind you.
Yep.
To get the mass numbers of police they want out there to control, not to serve and protect, but to control the public, you have to train them and pump them out there. Be just like in the Marines, you had to pump them out there because a certain percentage are just going to burn out and say, no, fuck this. This ain't for me. And another percentage is they're going to do it for a while and they're going to do it wrong. And you're going to have another percentage that's doing it for a while before they get burned out. Well, with all this comes all the laws. They're supposed to know every single laws that applies to every single situation they may come across, and they don't. They know the basic laws. You know, they don't know the little fine innuendo bullshit, and they, like I said, with training, a set pattern, and rinse and repeat. You know, guy's reaching into his hoodie, grab that arm, slam him on the ground. Old lady's reaching into her purse, grab that arm, slam her down. It's the same thing. It's just when this, do that. Basic programming.
Well, that's not even like basic programming at that point. That's brainwashing. That's you're above these people. Fuck their rights. Fuck fucking all logic and reasonable sense. Why you gotta throw that old lady to the ground? Why can't you just walk up to the old lady and say, hey, why don't you talk to me for a second? 90% of the time, that old lady wants somebody to talk to anyways. You know what I mean? And it's going to go a lot easier for him. And I'd much rather see an officer talking to an old lady, and I'm sure everybody would, as opposed to them fucking, hey, get over here. You know, excuse me, ma'am, how you doing? It ain't that fucking hard.
And again, it's not all of them. It's just a certain percentage of them, but you don't know who they are until you push their button. Now, speaking for the Chiefs themselves, they have to overwatch everybody and what everybody's doing, along with all the paperwork and dealing with the public and their boss, the mayor, governor, whichever department they work for. Now, being a boss and running many people at once, you don't know what they're all doing. And you have to rely on your officers and then the sergeants to tell you what's happening down the line. As with Chinese whispers, that information gets muddied down the line. Well, I won't tell the chief this time. You know, it's just going between you and I. All right, it'll stay off your record. It happens all the time. My foremans and that crew chiefs would run things and say, all right, you were 15 minutes late. All right, we're not going to dock you. But if 20 people did that every day, that's 5 hours of pay free. And at $20 an hour, that's that's $100. Just take your time. Here's I have $100. Now, if you're running thousands of people, well, that's a lot more. Now, for the chief to know what every one of them is doing or how each one's personality is, he's not going to know. So, again, I'm not going to name names, but some of those out there that are calling them names just to push the buttons, and that they, in a way, are doing a real good thing, because the chief is now seeing, Bob, I saw him just stick his tongue out at you, and you grabbed him by the ear and flipped him down and searched him. Now, this is going to be a little bit more of a write-up for you. We may even think about transferring you and be lucky this guy didn't say anything. It's that's what's going to happen, because the Chiefs are going to see this. Then when the Chiefs see what's happening, especially to, I know the name real good, with the gun pulled on him today, his Chief's going to see that and go, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah, the California Citizens Watch. Yeah, that was.
He goes, this is not going to make us look good, no matter how well you're going to try to spin this.
Well, you know, what gun looks like a goddamn camera stabilizer? I mean, are we living in a world where Halo guns exist?
The semi-automatic horseshoe gun.
Yeah, I forgot about those.
Unless it's that cop that saw Furry's video on Furry's cam. About Furry's cam.
17.
Yeah. I thought it was real. But
I got the step up from that. I got the handle with the built-in microphone. I call it the 249 SAC.
Mm-hmm.
Citizens assault camera.
Now, again, just that going back to the subject before I finish. This is the last thing I'm just saying to finish that one off is, if that chief did not see this video of him doing that to the guy, do you think he would know really what kind of a cop this is? He's now thinking, this guy's not.
Well, he's going to look at it and say that his actions were justified. The officer feared for his life.
He's going to try to think of ways to justify it for him, but in the back of his mind is, I got a worker here that no, there's something's wrong here. We're going to have a problem. I got to do something about this. But on the outside, he says, wow, it's justified because yes, he's going to come up like I've had bosses that come up to defend their best friend that I got to fire. That's working for him. Yeah, well, that's too bad. He just didn't do it, and he's just got to go, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And
nope, that cop does not deserve a badge. That was a bad cop. And just to think, he's out on the streets every single day doing that at least once or twice a day.
Oh, more than that. There's one cop I saw another report on today. Just got in trouble again today, but he had done it, and this was on regular news, 16 times prior and got disciplinary action 3 times, but was still in the same force. That's the chief's problem now. The chief allowed that and enabled it. It's just like you having a kid running around throwing rocks at the neighbor's windows. You are responsible for that kid. That chief is responsible for those cops now, especially after it happened once before.
Lady Bird just brought up an interesting topic. Inland border patrols. What's up with that?
We don't have them so much up here in New York. We don't worry about the Canadians sneaking over here.
Haven't you seen friggin' Canadian bacon, dude?
Oh, we'll let him bring the bacon in. He's like, come on in. The Canadians, come on in. Hey, mate. Some of them will be speaking French. Oh, some will be my relatives. Hell, all I got to do I got to hop in a little boat and just go 30 miles north through Lake Ontario, and I'm in Canada.
In last year in the summertime in New Hampshire, Border Patrol was operating 50 miles outside of the Canadian border, pulling everybody over on a major state route, and they were just getting away with it like it was nothing. Come to find out, the NSA has set up an invisible barrier across all the borders in the United States, and what that does is it gives the Border Patrol a 50-mile radius to operate, and the majority of Massachusetts falls in that fucking radius.
Well, actually, you know what's going to be happening to those two? Every time somebody pulls up and says, do you have a reason to stop me? Yep, you're a citizen. Go on in. That's what I would do if I was a Border Patrol agent. I'm sorry. Do you have a reason to stop me? I'm allowed to travel free, aren't I? Yep, you are. You're a citizen. Go ahead. They are my pajama pants, Lady Bird.
That he's been wearing for a week.
Hey, I think they're better than Munkay's. Ask him what he's wearing.
Dude, don't hate on the smiley faces.
It would simplify it simply. Oh shit, this is American. He's demanding his rights. Fuck, let him by. Yeah, we wrote each other, so we were semi-matching in jammies tonight.
Yeah,
I'm about to take over the world with my Stewie. Victory shall be mine. So let's see, what else have we talked about? You were here for that. And somebody even could, like Brian King, if he had his show on, he could actually put us on his show. So, but like I said, this is the whole idea of this is get everybody together instead of having jumping around between. You know how many times I've logged in and been watching James, and somebody else came on, and James and I are both like, "Oh, hey, somebody just came out here. We got to go." We're off to that. We're jumping from streams. Oh, we're on this stream now. Okay. Oh, we're going over this stream. Okay, we're over here now. Get everybody in the same place. Kills all the dead air in between.
Fuckers need to organize better.
Well, like I said, I've done this for 5 years with the.
No, I mean the auditors getting out there so that way we don't have dead time.
Well, again, if we had this going periodically, or people had these hangouts where they just jumped in, all right. And this is the best thing about this. Can I do Stewie's voice? Yeah, but not right now. It's sort of like late. My throat's scratchy. But I don't. I got talking about something else. Don't. That's my problem. All right, John. Catch you later. Thanks for stopping in, dude. Have a good one. We still got 10 people in here. I'm amazed.
I was amazed when I was out at Northrop Grumman in that unicorn onesie, and I had about 250 people in there. Which I found out somebody big in the movement saw that video, ass off, and says it needs to be done more often. All I can say is the next time I do it, it's going to be in a Chewbacca one.
Oh, I've got a whole bunch of poster sevens printed up, and I'm going to autograph them all, donated by Bullet and all the tots. So they'll be hanging around post office. I'll make sure I get a picture of those. And another one down. Should I number them in the corners? And then have somebody go running around each post office and try collecting them. Collect the whole collection.
I tend to stay away from the post offices. It's just a personal thing. I don't know what it is. I kind of see them as like a training ground. You know what I mean?
That's why I chose them, because I,
go in there, pop your cherry a little bit. You know what's really fun though, and a lot of people will say differently, but I really, really like going out cop watching. Just being out there with the scanner, and you know what I mean, just trying to walk to the fucking scene. It's just
that wouldn't work so much here, because again, I'm out in the country. We have one main interstate.
Yeah, no, I know that your area would be different. You're better off doing the auditing and shit like that, because all you'd really get is probably car.
But also they're the easiest ones to scare, and you got to start getting the message out to people. Don't be scared. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get people not to be fucking pussies anymore, not to be scared.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I've been trying my whole life, actually. You know, it just amazes me that people don't pitch in to help so much. But they're usually the first one that whine them when they need help.
Well, you know why they're not so eager to pitch in? It's because it's just much easier to look the other way.
Or watch and pretend you're not there. Like I was telling everybody the other night, I was sitting there once, major car accident, rear end of a Volare was completely gone. It was hit at 100 miles an hour. It exploded in a fireball. And the car was burning. And there was 100 and some people all the way around the car, 50 feet out, eating ice cream and eating hamburgers, going, oh, don't go near it. The gas tank's going to explode. And still eating their ice cream in that, watching. And nobody's doing a damn thing. It's like, really? And I'm the only one with a fire extinguisher trying to put the flames out. However, because it was gas under the car, it was everywhere. It wouldn't go out with one fire extinguisher. But the front windshield was okay. So, long story, they all lived. New Sweden. Oh, no, that was horrible for Sweden.
He's not Sweden's in there? He's good shit.
News Now Sweden. Oh, I like News Now Sweden. I was following him the other night. And I've been following him since he actually hopped on when he went into the bar. I'm sitting there going, oh boy, that's private property. Then he wanders out. Then he starts wandering down. However, they just yanked him over for being intoxicated, but never ran him through a breathalyzer, put him in a drunk tank, and just let him sit there for the night, untested.
That's it?
That was it. And then he went in for the next day, did a FOIA live, with the captain right there. We were watching that. And him sitting there, they're actually being nice because that's not going to happen here. Oh boy. FBI, CIA, NSA, ETC, they wouldn't even really want to pay attention. Really. They already know who I am after one audit. And if they know who I am, they know I'm not a threat to anybody, really. And again, if they were, they would be in here. They're probably the trolls listening right now. Oh, wait, shit. Maybe it is OC. OC, you SOB? You spy. Oh, double. All the innuendos are there. It is OC. The SOB is a 007 spy on us. You see?
I knew it.
And it's
Knew it.
all right
It
there.
was the 007 the whole time that was giving it away too.
Right in front of our nose, behind our back.
Yes, we know you're a stalker extraordinaire.
Oh, well, she's not stalking me. I'm never that lucky. And that's another funny thing. If you try making a joke saying something wrong, somebody could cut it out of these and then say you did or said something and you get in trouble for something that, no. Oh, hell, Victus, I can't sit still. If I wasn't smoking my tobacco, I would be bouncing off the wall. Old. Gave my age away. I think you missed it, Lady Bird. Old. But I'm not bald. And I like wearing pajama pants. I'm half ready. I'm lucky if I could get 4 to 6 hours sleep at night. I fed back on myself. Almost heard myself. I am that high ACD, HDD, OCP, all of it. Yeah. 4 hours of sleep, and that's calmed down enough to late still. I could go 3-4 days just doing stuff. I've used to do programming and that where I've sat here just been figuring out a problem for 2-3 days, just zoned in it, and then realized 2-3 days have gone by. Oh crap! Free speech is not in the First Amendment. They took it away. Damn them! Damn them to hell!
Damn them to hell. Fucker, get in there.
See, I have a machine for that too, but I decided just to go quick group. And the difference between this and a cigarette is this can last a half hour the way I smoke it. Cigarette, 5 minutes. And it's not good for you.
This will last me like a half hour.
Yeah, that's why I said one of these lasts about a half hour. A cigarette, 5 minutes. And that's another secret. I don't inhale them. And I'm just like Clinton. I smoked it, but I didn't inhale it. And I'll show you how he does it. Now I do it. Never went to my lungs. Just goes in and straight out my nose. Or it goes the other way. Up the nose and straight out the mouth, but not down to the lung. This goes down to the lung. This kind of tobacco does, but this doesn't. But I still like the smell and taste of tobacco because that's what I grew up with my mother smoking right next to my crib when I was before even one. Smelled the smoke. I love the smell. This is one of the first smells I like. It's like, oh, mom's coming. I smell the cigarette. Hi, mom. Oh my God, we've been boring 9 people for what, an hour now?
Oh, these poor people. Put some wax on a bowl. It'll keep you high for hours and hours. Maximillionaire, that's what you get a friggin' oil rig for, bud.
I got an oil rig.
Invictus, when you're detained, do you have to ID or only arrest anyone? Invictus, I think it depends on what state you're in. I know in Massachusetts, where I am, you don't have to ID until you're arrested. Oh, nice. That's my oil rig. You gotta use that to fucking heat it up.
Oh, I know. I got one of them too, but I can't say anymore because we're live. Have you ever heard the area code song?
The what?
Area code song?
No.
Look it up sometime on YouTube and listen for what they say about 315ers or 315. We're in it. We had a guy out here. You ever hear the story of Johnny Appleseed?
Yes.
Okay, what?
From New England.
What did Johnny Appleseed do?
Oh, geez. He fucking went across country planting apple seeds.
And he wore a pot on his head, and that story goes from there, right?
Yeah.
We had our own real life, honest to God, Johnny Appleseed, but it wasn't apple seeds.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I remember reading about him.
His moniker was called the Pope, and then we had a few others below him in that. But what he did is he would leave from his place, was right next door to me, with his backpack and take off first of spring right into the woods. And he would wander through the woods and have his own pretty much picked trail going all the way around Wayne County. He would travel for a little bit, find a spot, find a nice good spot. And I won't say exactly what the good spots are, where to grow your produce. But there are certain good spots that you find that could be seen or rare sight of being seen. But you don't put a lot of them there. You put maybe 4 to 6 in that area. Then you move on and get another spot already, get 4 to 6 going there. And he'd have thousands and thousands of these things put all over the whole county from his path. He would take off for about 2 weeks. We wouldn't see him. And finally, his brother would go pick him up on some side road, bring him home, feed him for a couple of days, take him back, and he'd take off from there. When he finished the circuit, he would get back there. Now everything was cultivated ready. He would follow along and put little seedlings to go. Little pre-cut things. They are now called clones and that, but they were seedlings at the time, real good ones. And when he ran out of the first 100, his brother would again meet him in some side road, give him a whole bunch of more seedlings to plant, and he'd go merrily on his way. And come picking time, he'd go around and get all the buds and just drop the rest of them with leaves and everything on the ground. And he'd do that every year. Oh my God, this guy was the richest dude ever. Mm-hmm. He was the Pope. We had cardinals. We had bishops.
Yep.
Out here. One guy got caught. They came into his house. They searched his house. The dogs were picking up the scent everywhere, but they couldn't find it. Finally, they had to take out all the ductwork in the house. It was in all the ductwork in the house.
Well, man, I fucking call this the night. Thanks for having me on.
All right, I'm going to sign off. We had this going for a good while. Hopefully, whoever watches this back will see how Hangouts work, or maybe send me a message and I can tell them how the Hangouts work, and we'll try it again next time with other people or whatever. I don't know if I'm going to do this every day. I don't think I want to do it every day, bore everybody every day, but I think I want to do it at least a couple times a week.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'm trying to do a live stream, like this myself once a week. Giving people to come in, hang out,
Well, I do know from experience the fun part is getting a good time where you can get as many people together at the same time.
Yep.
So.
Yep. These late night ones are hard.
Hey, if you want to join in this, just leave a message down below. I suppose you can, and I'll get back in touch with you in the messages and work out a good time in that and do it again.
Word.
So, take it easy, everybody. This is BulletSponge Bob and Munkay83. We'll see y'all later. See ya.